Hey guys, and welcome back to the latest episode of Cultured Boys, a show where two guys just talk about something, whatever comes into our mind for the week. As always, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Pepe. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Not much to say on this one. I don't know where I go. Usually I'm like, hey, let me avoid a cringy intro, but like, I feel like I haven't like done a cringy intro in a while. So I think I'm all good. I think
You
I could
actually haven't. I forgot completely until you just mentioned it. I think you've gone a few episodes without doing it. I'm disappointed.
I'm so proud of myself. You know
Nah,
myself.
disappointed, mate. Disappointed.
So what were you talking about today, Nathan?
Today, we are going to discuss the first ever One Piece global character popularity contest, or poll, or whatever you want to call it. It was the results were just released, this week?
Yeah, it was like at time of recording, it's like probably about 4 days ago. Yeah, as Nathan said, it's the first global popularity poll. They usually just hold these in Japan. And
the rest of us get to see it at the start of each chapter
pretty much.
afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like sometimes you might just be dropped somewhere in like one of the random volumes, or like they'd release it in the chapter that week in Jump. But like here, like they actually made a big deal out of it. I think because it's gone past 1,000 chapters of One Piece now, so they're like basically bigging this up massively.
Well, they have to, isn't it? Like, not only is it past 1,000 chapters, but like Oda's like, dude, this is like almost there. Like I'm almost finished.
24 years, it's been going for.
Jeez.
It's going to be having its 25th anniversary next year. So,
jeez.
Imagine that. Madness. But yeah, so we're just going to discuss the popularity poll and just give our thoughts on how we think these characters go in this poll. Like if we think they're well suited, talk about the points they got, the votes, etc. Yeah.
Little disclaimer, it goes all the way up to 100, but for our purposes, we're only going to top 20.
Yeah, I think we'd be here like forever if we discussed like all 100 characters.
Also, there's so many characters in this series that I personally don't remember a bunch, and I'd be heavily relying on Pepe, so it's probably better we just do top 20 because I know these characters.
Yeah, top 20 indeed. Right, should we jump into it then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, first is number 20, which is Don Quixote do Flamingo. So, I can understand why this character's so high, to be fair, because like in his arc, in the Dressrosa arc, he was a pretty sick villain, and he did actually get like a sense of danger from him. Like
he was also quite memorable. I haven't forgotten him since, and like he, went from the new villain to like just in the One Piece consciousness forever. Also, he like kind of changed the game when he was the reason why they were manufacturing Smile, wasn't it?
Yes, because he was working. He works beneath Kaido basically, and he was supplying Kaido with a bunch of devil fruits and knockoff devil fruits as well.
And also, he was the one who was like, you haven't even unlocked your true potential yet, your true power. Like, he was the one that was like, there's like another level to devil fruits.
Right. He's cool. Like, he's a cool villain. Like, I think it's like, it was the first proper villain after the time skip, I feel. Because like, you had Fishman Island, and then you had Punk Hazard. But like, I feel like those two, like, they didn't really, like, those two villains of those two arcs, they didn't really hit home that much. But then you had Doflamingo in this next arc, and that was like when, after the time skip, it was like, okay, this is what we need as a villain in One Piece. Like, he was sick.
Yeah, for sure. So 20, yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. And then 19, Marco the Phoenix.
Personally, I would have preferred Marco to be a little higher than that. I always remember Marco, and I think that's probably because of Pirate Warriors 3, where Marco's ability was just to heal himself because he's the Phoenix fruit, isn't he?
Yeah, and he could like fly around like crazy in that game as well.
Yeah,
it was like,
but so like to me, Marco was like super cool. So 19's a bit of a bummer for me, but there you go.
I mean, you say that though, like I know like Marco's still in the most recent chapters as well. Like he's made appearance in the Wano arc and stuff. But like,
Yeah, but who hasn't in
This is-
101? Come on.
this is saying that like he's higher than Whitebeard. Whitebeard ranks number 31, and
Yeah,
Mark.
but Whitebeard, spoiler alert, died.
Yeah, but
So
like
he's
yeah.
forgotten now. He died such a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, to be fair, he died in, I think it was 2009, I think, was the chapter that Whitebeard died in. Like, it was around that time. Or was it 2010? One or two. But yeah, like, it's been over 10 years since we saw Whitebeard. Understand?
That's what I'm saying.
But even then, like, we do see Whitebeard, though. We see his past in that, like, his past with Roger.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Marco is cooler.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to deny that. I think Marco is actually a really cool character. Like, I love his devil fruit as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, yeah, Whitebeard was cool and his power was, pretty cool. He, like, did earthquakes and stuff. But, like, Marco's a phoenix, bruh. And when you see it in color, it's, like, a cool, like, turquoisey teal, you know? Like, it's a cool, like, blue flame.
Yeah, it's not your, like, typical Phoenix color. Because when you think Phoenix, you think, like, just red fire, that sort of thing.
Red or orange or,
Yeah.
like, a generic fire. But, like, like, when you see it, it looks cooler because, again, something as... I don't want to say obscure, but like something hard to represent like an earthquake versus a man who turns into a fucking phoenix. I know who I'm picking at least.
But yeah, like, I think for the type of character he is, number 19, I feel like, is a good spot for him. Like, out of 100 characters, that's sick, I think.
Yeah, okay. In that respect, yeah, out of 119 is very good, but for me personally, some of these characters a little higher up, he could have taken their places. That's just me, though.
That's it. But yeah, it's worth saying he had 98,431 votes, like 2,000 more than Doflamingo got, which is yeah, good. I prefer Marco to Doflamingo anyway, in my personal opinion.
Same. So
He deserves that spot, basically, I feel. Okay, number 18, Jinbei.
okay, done dirty again. I love Jinbei. Jinbei's one of my favorites. Should have been higher than that.
See, I know you say he's one of your favorites, but I'm not a fan of Jinbei, you know? I feel like for me, I know he's like a really, like, the type of character he is, he's like very justified. He's like Luffy's like guardian in that sense. Like, it's like since the Marineford arc. And he's like such a wise character. But like for me, I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of Jinbei personally.
I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to fishman karate you.
I think that's it as well. I don't think his moves are that impressive. Like, I understand the fishman karate is sick and it does do damage. But like when you compare it to Marco's powers, but as we said before, Marco's flashy, he's got the blue flames, he looks cool.
I'll agree with you, right? Marco should be higher. But still, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to beat you to death with fishman karate.
Yeah.
You have done me an injustice, sir, and I want retribution.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I know loads of people love Jinbei out there. And in fairness, in the most recent chapters he's been in, he has had a bit more banter with some of the crew. Like, I remember there was like a bit where him and Robin were just dressed up in the Kaido's army's clothes. I can't remember what they call
Yes,
them. Whatever
I
numbers.
can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But like, there's like some good banter scenes with them, and I can like appreciate that a bit. Like, he's having a bit more comedy in there, and I do like that. He had 4,000 more votes than Marco as well, 102,000, basically.
Okay, so moving on to number 17. This is... I don't understand this one myself. I did not like Crocodile this much.
I agree. Like,
For him to be 17 out of 100 characters.
I think like it's what like Crocodile stands for, I guess. Like, I don't think he deserves that high of a spot. I'm not that massive fan of Crocodile. But like, I think like when you see what he's done for the series though, like he was in the Alabasta arc when people really started loving One Piece, I feel.
I mean, I get that, but like, I don't know. Like, if you cut out the fact that there's 80 more characters, right, in this list, out of a top 20, I would have put him at the very bottom. But again, yeah, 17 with 109,000 votes. Like, I don't know that I would have put Crocodile at 17.
Yeah. That's one thing as well. Like, with all these characters in the top 20, we've actually seen them like recently, like in the last 10 years. But Crocodile, we haven't actually seen him since Marineford as well.
But it's like you said, he's like, if you tend to think of villains in One Piece, Crocodile is one that I end up thinking of too. Regardless of how I feel about the character, you are right. In terms of the series, he was fairly iconic.
He's got. I quite like his powers as well. I think his powers are quite cool. Like the sand.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, when it was still, like early days. Now it's sort of like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I think for his time he was like a really sick villain. But
yeah, for its time. But now we're dealing with all sorts of stuff now. You know what I mean? Like we're getting into like that end game stuff. You know what I mean? Like we're talking like level 2 powers of fucking devil fruits mixed with all sorts of haki, and I'm not sure Crocodile can stand up there with the rest of them. That's all I'm saying.
Moving on with the list though, number 16.
Tony Chopper with 116,000 votes. So that was quite a substantial jump.
Yeah, you can see like it's getting bigger and bigger, these jumps now.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised he isn't higher actually. Because like I feel like, especially when you go to Japan, it feels like Chopper's like a mascot there.
But that might be it though. You're thinking like Japan where he's a mascot, everyone loves Chopper. But I think over here, most of us are fairly indifferent because it doesn't really do all that much. Even after like the time skip, yeah, okay, he's the doctor and he's like, he makes the medicine and he fixes people. But when it comes to the action, he like transforms for a little bit, maybe has like a panel or two, and then you don't see him again.
Yeah, I feel like after the time skip as well, I don't think he's done. I don't really like him as much. I think pre-time skip Chopper was cool because like obviously, like he had like his forms or whatever, and he's like they're a bit more like mellowed out the forms. But like when after time skip, he went like full crazy with the forms. You know what I mean? Like he like his new forms are so extravagant and they like look so different.
I'll tell you what it is, right? Over here, we probably still just see him as the comic relief. Because, most of the time something big happens and it's him and Usopp like, run away! That's probably why, even though, 16 out of 100's pretty good. But in terms of the Straw Hat crew, yeah, it's about right that he's not really close to the top tier ones, you know what I mean? Like, just saying.
That's fair. But yeah, moving on to number 15 then. The next Straw Hat on the list, Usopp.
Yeah, that's about right for me. 131,000 votes. Again, another substantial jump from Chopper at number 16. But for 15, yeah, to me that sounds about right. I probably wouldn't move him at all, actually.
No, I think that's right. I think Usopp's like one of the OG members as well, like when One Piece first started. Like, it's understandable that he's this high, but like sort of at number 15. Like, he doesn't do much in terms of like story stuff.
To me, Usopp is the most, disappointing character post time skip, right? He comes back ripped. He's like, oh, guys, I did all this training. I found all these cool, like, things. Like, I got all this ammo. And then he just doesn't ever. He's still like, run away!
Exactly. That's what I completely agree with you there. Because, like, when the time skip stuff came back, like, and then, I've trained for this. Like, he looks cool. He does look cool, and he's got some cool powers.
Dude's come back ripped, and he's got, like, all sorts of plant things that does seemingly anything. And yet, anytime he does something with them, they're ineffective to everybody.
Yeah, it just feels a bit like
Usopp post time skip is along the same kind of character that I'm like, why did you even come back? Right? Because you don't do anything. You don't really impact the story at all. So why are you around? It sounds really harsh, but at the same time, I'm like, you're not needed. Do you know what I mean? Like, what if you don't do anything and you're not helping out really? Then why do we need you?
He needs like some good plot with him. I think. I feel like if you need to make him a better character, they need to do something with it. They need to like give him some sick story somewhere.
Yeah, they need to make him useful. That's
exactly
the thing,
yeah. That's it. That is it. That's all you need to do. Just make him useful. Like,
even in the latest chapters where they're like running away and he's like, "Don't worry, I got it," and he's like, shooting these seeds and stuff at people. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I think when you got people out there with haki and like they're like doing bits. Like Usopp just seems a bit.
Then
He
get
pales in
Usopp
comparison.
to fucking learn haki. Do you know what I mean? Like,
That'd be cool.
fucking Sanji and Zoro can do it.
Yeah.
Who's to say that Usopp can't like imbue haki into his catapult or whatever? You know, his slingshot or whatever the fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like, why can't he do it?
Yeah, if in future arcs where we need to see Usopp compete with other pirates, like say Blackbeard's crew, like you want to see him do some epic stuff. You don't want to see him run away and like his powers fail. You want to see him do some cool stuff.
But you also want to see him sort of develop those powers too. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be like it's the Straw Hats versus the Blackbeard pirates, and it's the very last arc, the very last fight, and all of a sudden Usopp like pulls his finger out and he's like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm epic now." And you're like, "Where was this before?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
True,
like,
yeah.
I don't want it to be one of those where you're just like, so you could do this the whole time, but you chose not to. Fuck you.
Fuck you also. Right. Okay, let's move on. Number 14.
14. Katakuri.
I mean, I get it.
I get it. I don't think I would have put him at 14 personally, but
Agree, yeah. I feel like, to me, Katakuri is cool, but he never felt like main arc villain material.
no, he didn't. You know what? He just felt like a training thing for Luffy.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that was Luffy. Okay, he was fighting a villain, right? But Luffy learnt some stuff. It was basically Luffy's training arc.
But yeah, like another significant jump from Katakuri.
Yeah, that is a lot of votes. Like
Yeah.
152,000. 21,000 more votes.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's like he's one of the more recent villains as well, so I can kind of get like why he's so high.
Yeah, it is also because Luffy struggled
Yeah.
for the longest, so I
Yeah.
get that too. But at the same time, like we said before, 14 is a bit high for him.
Yeah.
I probably would have put him at 16.
Yeah, 16 sounds about right. Like,
I would have moved Jinbei and Marco up
yeah.
and pushed Chopper and Katakuri down.
I think like it's one of those ones as well. Like, I feel like the fight was actually better in the anime than it was in the manga. That's what I hear anyway. Because I don't watch a One Piece anime because I've just got kind of bored with it. Like there's
I've
too much
never
filler
watched
stuff. It used to be good, and I think in my opinion after the time skip, it just got the pacing is awful in it. Manga's good though. I like the manga, but yeah, Katakuri, yeah, 14. I guess. It's a thing.
Yeah.
13. This one really surprised me. Corazon.
Don Quixote Rosinante.
Oh, if you told me Rosinante, I would have no clue who that is.
No, yeah, I wouldn't have either. If you said Corazon, I'd be like, oh yeah, him.
Yeah.
The guy who gave Law the fruit.
I mean, it's quite a cool. I guess it's quite cool he's up here. I'm
surprised he's up here though.
Yeah. I think it's because he's from Law's backstory.
I think it's also because he's like Doflamingo's brother. That's what makes it more interesting, you know? It's like they're polar opposites, isn't it? Like one is pure-hearted and pretty good because he helps out Law and he takes him under his wing, and the other one is just pure evil.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Takes over a whole island.
Fucking chaotic motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm definitely surprised he's this high up. I probably would have put him in top 50, but like 13 is incredibly high.
I feel like for me, he's one of those characters that's there from a flashback that like helps the character get to where they are. Like sort of like easy like Zeph from Sanji's backstory or Kuina from Zoro's one.
He's context, exposition.
Yeah, exactly.
Fleshes out the world a little bit, fleshes out the character a little bit, but beyond that, you don't ever see him again. Well, because also he died.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool though. Like, I'm not gonna hate too much on the character because it is a cool character. I just didn't expect him to be this high, but not too much higher than Katakuri though. Only 5,000 votes higher.
Yeah, that one isn't as a significant jump. This one, however, though, from 12 to 13, Shanks at 12 with 171,000 votes. That's quite a jump.
I think like Shanks is cool though. Like
he is, but like, are people just voting for him for the fact that he might do something?
I think that's it. Yeah, because like I don't think people vote for him because of his like the past of his story of Luffy. Yeah, he's cool. He's why Luffy goes on the adventure basically.
Yeah,
But
and he's why Luffy has a straw hat. But like at the same time, you know what I mean? Like he appeared,
yeah,
he mostly talks. He doesn't actually do anything. And is that why we're voting for him? Is because he's he's got a great rep, but we haven't seen him do anything yet.
it's the anticipation. It feels like we want to see his powers because no one knows what he does. All we've seen him do is that he carries a cutlass, and that's it. That's all we know that he does.
All I'm saying is the longer Oda leaves this, the harder it's going to be to make it like really impressive. Because
Yeah.
if he's not doing something majorly epic
Yeah.
that shakes the foundation of One Piece,
Yeah.
by the time he does something, no one's going to vote for Shank this high anymore.
I also want to know what Shanks. Like the thing is with Shanks, he's a very much an enigma because no one knows what he's doing right now. He's a Yonko. It's cool. He's cool. It's cool. He's that high up. But like we've seen him like, what is it? We've seen him appear at the Marineford arc, where he stopped the whole war basically, which is cool. I think that contributes to the coolness. I think like just because he turned up. But the next time we saw him really after that was in there's that like brief period between arcs where it's the Reverie, and he appears between at the Five Elders and he's talking to the Five Elders about Luffy. I think I want to know what his connection is to that. It's like because you don't know anything about him and suddenly he appears up and does shit. You have no idea why or how he gets there. Like I think that's what people are intrigued about him. They want to know what his power is, what his connections are, what his role is in the world. I think that's what we
I
want to know.
get it. Mystery always garners popularity because you don't know. But again, the longer you leave it a mystery, the harder it'll be to meet expectations. And Oda's already said, like, Wano is like 70% in. So you have... Shanks has only got so much time to, like, show off what he can actually do.
I do want to see what Shanks does. Like, well, actually, I put Shanks as the same level as I'd put Dragon, because like I think Dragon's still
Wow.
quite enigma as well.
That's funny because Dragon is number 62 on the list.
That's why I'm so surprised he's so low. Like I'm surprised Dragon's so low, but Shanks is so high. Because in my opinion, they both have the same level of like mystery about them. Yeah.
They like do stuff in the background and they're known names, but you never see what they do.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I want to know more about. Like I want to know about these characters. That's why I'm so surprised Dragon's so low down.
I'm not surprised though.
Yeah.
It's just he just gets mentioned and then shown once or twice, and then you don't see him anymore. Like it's like, oh, that's Luffy's dad, and he's also the leader of the Revolutionary Army, and then that's it.
Yeah.
He does stuff.
But Shanks does stuff as well. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I know. Again, but I could do the same voice and replace it with Shanks stuff, and it would be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Red Hair Shanks. He's the leader of the Red Hair Pirates, and he does stuff. See, replaceable.
Yeah.
It's the same shit.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Moving on.
Okay. This is a massive jump, by the way. Compared,
Yes.
I think this is the biggest jump. I think.
So far it is, because number 11 is Yamato with 259,000 votes, up from 171,000. Jeez.
I mean, I'm surprised people find Yamato.
I like Yamato. I actually would at 11. Yeah, for me personally, I'd put her there. Maybe a little higher actually.
Yeah. I guess it's because like he's a new character as well. Yamato being up there, I feel it's because of the new chapters. Like he's only been in it for like I want to say 20 chapters, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, but even so, like so far he's already done more than Frankie and Brooke and Usopp.
Yeah, Kaido's son as well, and it's like
Yeah, and he claims he's Odin, like Yamato. Also, I think they're quite high up because everyone keeps thinking they're gonna join Luffy, but I don't think so. I think that is it. It's literally because they think, oh, this cool character that's come in and does a bunch of stuff and has been helping out a lot recently in Wano, like they're gonna join Luffy, and it's like, no, I don't think so though, because if you really see what they're saying and you really process it, they're probably gonna stay in Wano. To be honest,
it probably is just like one-time characters. Like
it's probably one of those where it's a Luffy link, like,
yeah.
I'll help you out if you need help, but like I'm staying here.
Yeah,
This is where I belong. I need to help Momo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially if the Odin connections and stuff.
Yeah.
Yamato's a cool character. I still think that it's a bit high for me. Like I think 11 is a bit high, but I'm not gonna hate on them just yet because I haven't actually seen what they can do in the series. That's why
Well, not fully. We've just seen him sort of beat the crap out of some people with a club and not much else.
Exactly.
We don't know what else he does.
I don't know what the future holds for Yamato. I don't know what powers they possibly have more of. But yeah, that's why I'm surprised they're so high. But it is what it is. I'm not too fussed about that. It's 11. It's fair. Moving on to top 10 now.
Here we go, guys. Top 10. Number 10. I'm pretty okay with this.
Makes sense. Yeah, Sabo, number 10 with 318,869 points.
The inheritor of the flame fruit. Yeah, number 10's pretty solid for Sabo. He's done some stuff. He's not fully done anything super impressive, but like, when he came back in, well, I say back in, like when he was properly introduced, like in his adult form, he was already pretty sick. He was like, I know Haki, and I'm gonna take the Mirror fruit in Ace's stead, and I'm gonna look after you, little brother.
And part of the Revolutionary Army as well. Like he's got like some cool connections. He's got like he still carries the pipe. She's kind of like,
yeah, that's strange.
Kind of confused me a little bit. I don't understand connection back to like when he was a kid and stuff. Strange, but like fair. It's part of his design, I guess. The top hat's cool as well. Yeah, I think he's a cool design character, cool character. He's a good big brother to Luffy. Inherits Ace's will. Yeah, top 10 is completely understandable. A little bit surprised a little higher, actually. I'd put him like not top 5, but like maybe second.
Higher than 10.
Yeah, higher than 10. But yeah, not much else to say about Sabo. I think he's cool.
Yeah, it's a solid ranking. I'm with you on that. Like maybe 1 or 2 places higher, but like super solid.
Yeah. Next, though, I kind of agree with this one as well. Very similar line to Sabo. Ace, yeah, number 9.
I would have put Ace much higher. Ace is one of my favorite characters of the series.
Yeah.
So number 9 to me is a bit of an injustice.
Mm-hmm.
Especially looking at number 7, that should have been lower for me, but I'll leave that for when we get there.
Yeah.
355,000 votes. Porcus the Ace. Like, top 10 is easy, like completely understandable. Everyone loved Luffy's brother. He came in, he was strong, but he was like a solid character. He was a good dude, did what he thought was right for like him and like his crew and family and stuff.
Yeah, something kind of like Gold Roger's son as well. Like that's cool. Like part of Whitebeard's crew. Like there was so much going for Ace. There was a lot of cool stuff with Ace. His power was cool as well. Like the whole firepower. Like that's why I put him. It's quite funny that Sabo and Ace are together side by side in this poll because I think they are. Sabo is like the new Ace, basically.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. That's exactly what it is. They're basically, in the end, they will basically be the same character.
Yeah, 100%.
They fulfill the same role. They're both Luffy's older brother. They both have the fire fruit. They both have connections to some sort of father figure or something. They both fulfill the same kind of role. So I'm with you in not surprised that they're right next to each other. Again, I would have put Ace a bit higher, but Sabo would probably still be right behind him.
Yeah, I agree. I think I do prefer Ace over Sabo.
But I'm not going to lie, because, Ace had a stronger intro to me. And also, like, I think it's the pipe. Something about that pipe. I'm like, Sabo, just get a bat or a sword or something. Why a pipe?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I feel like the thing is with Sabo as well is like when you saw the backstory of like Ace, Luffy, and Sabo, and you saw like, oh shit, Sabo got killed. You kind of thought, but did he really die? Did he really?
Isn't he also like the royalty of the island they came from?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was a noble. He would have been part of the reverie as well. He would have been, if he stuck with his family, he would have been part of the like leaders basically of the world.
But he didn't want to. He wanted to run around with a pipe and a top hat and shoot fire out of his hand.
Yeah, but again, cool characters side by side, makes sense. Number 8, Carrot.
Whilst I agree, Carrot has had some cool moments. I probably would still put her in top 10.
Really? Okay.
Maybe not number 8.
I don't think I'd put her in top 20, you know.
Would you not?
No, I think Carrot's cool and it's a cool design, but I really don't think it's like top 20 material because like, even in the latest chapter, she got defeated quite easily by Protestant.
I mean,
I can't remember.
I don't want to like play devil's advocate with you, but like she is still in training. Like she wasn't fully mastered the Sulong form and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I get it. But she also can't be stupid powerful from the get go. But yeah, again, me personally, I would have still put her in top 10, but I probably wouldn't have put her at 8. I probably would have put her at 9.
Yeah. See, like, I put Carrot in the same vein as with Yamato. It's like the same thing, like, oh, will she join the crew, won't she? Like, I feel that's why she's so high right now, because people want her to be in the Straw Hats.
With Carrot, I feel like she's a little closer to being like, yeah, I'm going to be part of the Straw Hats. I feel like Carrot more than Yamato. But again, it may just be one of those where, you know, Carrot ends up, oh, I'm going to stay on Zoa, but, you know, I'll be part of the fleet. So call me when you need me, but otherwise I'm not going to be with you directly.
Yeah, I feel like this is the thing I find with Carrot, though, because I feel like all of the Straw Hats, I prefer Frankie and Brooke over Carrot.
I'm with you on that, but Carrot's done more recently.
It's true, yeah. Okay, I can't deny that. Like, she's definitely done more than Brooke has, I feel.
Yeah.
And she's got some, the Sulong powers are cool.
I mean, that's the only problem, though. The Sulong powers are cool, but it's not unique because anyone who trains like from Zoa can do it. Like any of the what are they called, beastmen or whatever.
The minks.
Minks, that's it.
Yeah.
Any of them can do it. It's just you have to train really hard to control it.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna get ragey about it.
Yeah. I mean, again, in context of just the top 10, yes, I would put her in top 10. In a top 20, maybe not in the top 10, but like pretty close, you know, 11, 12-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can understand a bit more in the top 20.
This next one, I don't agree with the placement.
Okay.
Number 7, Boa Hancock, 392,000 votes. I don't think Boa deserves number 7. In context of a top 10, she would be the very last. But in context of a top 20, definitely not in the top 10.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Boa Hancock's like kind of a character that I feel is a little overhyped. I think she's cool. She's got some like I like the idea of her powers, like where she is as well, like Queen of the Snake Prince. Is it Snake Princess? It is Snake Princess.
Snake Princess, something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. I don't think top 10 material, but still, yeah, top 20 I'd say at least.
Yeah, top 20 for sure. But like 7, bit high.
Moving on then. Number 6, Nico Robin.
What another substantial jump, by the way, in votes. 599,000. That is 207,000 more votes than Boa Hancock.
Understandably so. I think like Robin's one of those characters I think is quite cool. I tell you what, I think was in the past year or two I rewatched parts of One Piece, and Robin's backstory hits me a lot more than I remember it doing.
Also, if you really think about it, whilst certain characters do more or less as the series goes on, like Nico Robin's always pretty much done about the same amount and has always been somewhat useful.
Yeah, it's true. And I think it's because she can read the poneglyphs and that, and she is connected to where the future's heading in One Piece.
But also she always like gets in the fight. She rarely runs. Her powers although seemingly you'd think it wouldn't be that impressive, she always tries to do something, unlike those who do have an ability that probably could do something. Like, Nico Robin has always been like a solid character.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and when she has her comedy moments as well, those comedy moments hit. Like, those are like some good moments of that. Like facial expressions, or like when she's just like shitting on all the other characters, just like hating on them with like that stupidness.
That's the best part. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's always like there, and she's fairly stoic most of the time, and then she'll rip on someone, and you're just like, wow.
Just savagery coming out. That's what I like about Robin. She's cool.
It's just throwing some of that shade, isn't it?
Yeah. And plus, she's like part of like one of my favorite arcs in One Piece. Like, I absolutely love the Enies Lobby Water 7 arc. She's like a big part of that.
Plus, she got to work with Dragon.
It's true, yeah. She was like part of the Revolutionary Army at one point, so she knows like all these people. Like that's what makes Robin so much better, like than some of the other Straw Hats. I feel.
Well, I feel like that's what makes Robin so much better than some of these other characters that we're led to believe will do something. Is because Robin is involved with a lot of these characters in one way or another, but actually also does something.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool points of Robin. I like that. Yeah, well deserved. I think.
Very, very easily number 6. Like, I get it.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to number 5, Trafalgar Law, with 646,000.
Another decent jump. I am a little surprised that he's only number 5 though.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones like he's definitely a fan favorite. He's like, considering where he came from as well in the series. Like, he was just like a random character at one point in the Shabadi Archipelago.
Yeah, he was just like introduced as another member of the worst generation, and we were just supposed to believe that he was like dangerous.
Yeah.
You know? And he was a bit of an antagonist or anti-hero at first.
For sure. Like, there was like, you didn't know whether he was supporting Luffy or whatever, and then like, I think you only really saw him really cooperate with Luffy and his crew at the end of Marineford. And that was cool. Like, I think like, it's cool to see him appear a bit more. And then he fully came into character after the time skip and Punk Hazard, and I think that's where it just went boom. Everyone loves this character.
I think for me, Law was always cool, but like I really started to enjoy his character more in Wano.
Yeah, he's like it's just working with Luffy though. Any of his
yeah, working with any of the Straw Hats, where he's like, "I'm not actually part of your crew. Stop. What the fuck? Will you take a second and think about what you're doing?" And they're like, "Nah, we're just gonna do it. Let's do it."
Yeah. It's like, hey, we've got this plan, and then like it's gonna be Luffy or Zoro just be like, nah. I'll never
exactly.
do this.
It's like the pure situational comedy.
Yeah.
It's good. It's simple, but it's good.
Yeah. I love his powers as well. Like, I think Law's powers are sick.
They're interesting. I don't quite understand why he has the giant ass fucking sword though, because he rarely ever uses it.
Yeah, it's like it plays second fiddle to his actual like room powers. It's like his room powers, like those are the main things that you're like focused on. The sword is there to do bits.
I guess it's like a last minute in case he has to defend himself.
Yeah. I guess like if like in a normal fight as well, like if he's not using his room powers, he needs to defend himself somehow. Like hand-to-hand combat, I feel like he'd be pretty shit. But he's got the sword to like do like little bits and damage, I guess.
I get that. But yeah, again, number 5, bit low.
Yeah, I'd say he'd be top 4 at least. I think like I'd imagine him being top 4. But that's like because the other characters up here, I can kind of understand why.
I get that. I get why they are where they are.
Yeah.
But again, I know who I'd take out of the top 4 and probably would have moved Law up. Not directly into their place, but like moved them up. But I'll explain when we get there.
Let's jump into top 4 now then.
Okay. So number 4 with 970,000 votes. A huge jump. Sanji.
Okay, see, I would have thought Sanji would be top 3 here. This is one of my things, because it's a monster trio. It's Zoro, Luffy, Sanji. I don't know why I said Zoro first. But,
because Zoro is the captain.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me. I'm the captain.
I mean, Sanji, like, I've always thought of Sanji as the third character. I always feel like he's the guy that's, like, sort of... He's not Zoro. Like, I feel Zoro's hype. Like, Zoro's got hype behind him. Luffy's got hype behind him. And then Sanji's that third character, which is the height.
Well, that's because if you think about it, Luffy is the captain, Zoro is the right-hand man, Sanji is the left. But in everything, you always think of the right hand before you think of the left.
100%. It's like Luffy's first mate is Zoro. Like, we'll get into that when we get to Zoro, because undeniably Zoro's going to be up here soon.
Yeah, obviously. Also because we haven't mentioned his name technically.
Yeah. But Sanji, like, he should be top 3 in my opinion. He's cool. He's my favourite Straw Hat. Like, he's got some cool moves. He gets done dirty a lot of the time with, like, the whole, like, simp stuff.
Yeah. The simping and the don't hit women, so he gets beat up on.
Yeah, I mean, the don't hit women thing is kind of it's great for his character. It shows that he has depth of character. He has like a certain thing. I think when he goes too far and then he gets defeated really easily because it's just a woman being there.
Exactly. The situation is what makes it stupid.
Sometimes when he goes like head over heels for ladies as well, it kind of feels like, okay, this is an anime trope I've seen before in so many other series.
Yeah, you could take that out.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I'm like, I think Sanji would be a lot more higher if he had some better. Plus in Wano, I feel like he's been done dirty a lot. Like,
yeah,
he hasn't done shit in Wano. He had his old, like, in fairness, in Whole Cake, that was his moment.
That's probably why he hasn't got so much.
Yeah. He had some good points in Whole Cake, but yeah, Wano, he's fell flat.
But Sober Mask.
I couldn't give a shit about the Sober Mask thing. That's the thing about it. Like, I love Sanji as a character, but the Sober Mask thing just seems so stupid. Like,
I knew you would react that way.
Yeah.
That's why I brought it up.
It's just...
I don't think we've ever spoken about Sober Mask, by the way. I just had a feeling you hated it.
No, the thing about Sanji is that, like, I love his design, that he does the kicks and stuff, like, and like the suit, I think his suit's cool. Like, I love the design, the cigarette, like the cook stuff. It's all cool, but like the Sober Mask thing, it just seems so cheesy, and it's like I don't vibe with it whatsoever. He's got the sunglasses on. He turns invisible, and it just
because that's his suit power from the number 4 can or 3 can even.
Yeah, like. It's a power that I guess some people might find cool, but I just hate it.
What, you don't like Sanji the Power Ranger?
No, I don't like Sanji the Power Ranger. I think I love this backstory. I love the Vinsmoke backstory stuff.
He's definitely not number 4. And we will definitely be I don't know why I was going to say B. We have been vocal about it. Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, number 3.
The first with over 1 million votes.
Yeah, but Nami, 1,085,000.
I understand why people have voted for her and why she got to number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think when I said earlier I don't agree with who was in the top 4.
Yeah,
I would have put Nami at 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then move Sanji and Law up 1. So Sanji would have been 3 and Law would have been 4.
I 100% agree with you here. I think Nami's a cool character. Like, she's OG. Like, she was in like the first volume of One Piece, and
she's been doing stuff, but more recently she's been relegated to the Usopp Chopper gang, you know, where it's very evident that despite all the training she did, she isn't strong enough. So it's a lot of, I will fight for a little bit and then get wrecked, and then I'm going to run away and I'm going to try and do little tricks or whatever to fight you.
Yeah, I feel like with Nami, it's like, she's one of those characters where I feel like she's not a combat character. Like, she does really good stuff with the crew. And like, she's a great navigator, and like, she has like some great powers like about weather and stuff, all those bits. I think they're quite, and like when she gets control of Zeus as well, Big Mom's cloud bastard thing. Like, that's quite cool. There was like I'm not gonna like hate on Nami whatsoever. I think like she deserves a top 5 spot.
Yeah, again, I agree. Neither of us are saying she doesn't deserve top 5. She's one of the OGs, you know, a legacy character essentially. But like, again, to take the 3rd spot from the left hand of the Straw Hats, that's a bit extreme.
Yeah. I think like a lot of the votes came from Europe. I think she was like ranked number 1 or 2 in Europe, something like that.
Wow. I mean, again, I get it. You know, Nami's a good character. She does also consistently do stuff. You know, she's not completely Usopp, Tony Chopper level where, you know, they're sort of around until they fight and then they run away. She doesn't start off running away. You know, she does try to fight, but again, like you said, she's not really a combat character.
Nah.
But also, let's face it, Nami is the fan service, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not surprised that she's up as high as she is. She's always been the fan service and continues to be.
Yeah, kind of like the same vibe with Boa Hancock, to be fair. I can kind of put like fan service down to that as well.
Yeah, but I mean, like, does Boa Hancock have a very skimpy Kunoichi outfit? I don't think so.
Point made.
Does Nami? Yes. When they do random covers with all the characters, is Boa Hancock like front and center
Nah,
in her skimpy outfit? No. Nami is though.
That's why Nami's higher than Boa though. Let's face it. That's why Nami's up there. Yeah, as you said, legacy character, completely understandable. On over 1 million votes, fair enough.
Yeah. Again, definitely top 5 material, just maybe not number 3.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I don't know why I said maybe. Definitely not number 3 for me.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, I'd say number 3 Sanji, number 4 Law, number 5 Nami. I get that.
Yeah. And even then, I might have actually put Nico Robin at 5.
Ooh,
I prefer Robin to Nami, but
I'd actually agree with you. No, actually, yeah, I'd agree. Robin over Nami, I'd say. Like, Robin feels like she has more of a purpose in the whole story over Nami. Nami's got the purpose for sure. She's a navigator, but like she can like do stuff with the poneglyphs and like look into the proper history of it. She's got a purpose in the world, like not just in the crew.
Yeah, Robin is also like, again, just consistently is doing stuff. Whether it's important or not is a different question, but like it feels like when Robin is gonna do something outside of fights, it's probably gonna impact the future of the story.
Yeah, I mean, arguably as well, Nami is probably one of the weakest in the top 10. Like, I don't know who'd win the fight between Carrot and Nami.
Carrot.
Yeah, okay. Like that's the thing. Like, I feel like Nami probably have plot armor. That's why I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like Nami might like be number 9 in terms of top 10 in terms of strength.
But again, that's because, you know, out of all of the ones in top 10, Nami is the least combat ready.
Yeah.
And then I would probably put Boa Hancock, Nico Robin, and like Law a little bit above her. You know, like if we were ranking combat ability, because those are the next ones that are sort of like, they fight, but are they really like focused on combat? No,
it's true. Yeah, okay. Number 2 then. Let's
I mean, this is obvious.
Yeah.
Number 2, 1,445,000 votes. Zoro. Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's like he's gonna be up there. He was gonna be like, I'd be surprised if Sanji beat Zoro. I'd be really surprised if that happened.
I would have been surprised too.
Yeah, but yeah, understandably, the right hand man gets like number 2.
Yeah.
And he's cool. That's the thing. Like, I'm always, as I said, Sanji's my favorite character in the crew.
Zoro always gets a lot of love in the series.
You understand that he's got some fucking cool moments, Zoro. Like, especially in the latest chapters. What is it where you find out he's got Conqueror's Haki as well?
Yeah.
That is like, that's sick. That's a huge development in terms of character. And like, he's got like some cool moves as well. He's got 3 swords. He's got like the bandana. He's a badass. He don't give a shit. Like, Zoro's like, he deserves that spot.
Yeah. Again, every time there's a new like fight or something, Zoro always gets a lot of love because again, he is the first mate. He's the number 2. So along with Luffy, you gotta have your number 2.
Exactly.
And especially recently, dude, like, you know, the whole like fighting Kaido and Zoro is the first one to like make a cut.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a big development.
I think it just speaks like volumes as well that like in that fight between Kaido and Big Mom and the 5 supernovas that are there, Zoro's up there with Law, Kid, Luffy, and Killer.
Like, he's up there with the squad, like the main squad fighting the big bads. But he often is part of the main squad fighting the big bads.
Yeah. He's like, if Zoro like got done dirty, like got defeated easy, you think like, oh, what's the point of this character? But Zoro's consistent. He's always badass. He always wins. I say he always wins. Like he always gets like a sick fight. And he
Yeah,
always like,
Zoro always will do something cool that you'll look at or see and be like, damn,
yeah,
that was awesome. But he, again, needs it in some ways because he is the right hand man. He's the second. He's the second. You know, like it feels like there's not much more to discuss because there's really everything just leads back to, of course, he's number 2. He is the Straw Hat number 2.
Yeah, let's move on to number 1 because this is going to like
surprises no one.
Yeah, exactly. if Luffy wasn't number 1, like what the fuck would be going on?
You'd question how One Piece has been around for 24 years, then, wouldn't you?
It's like it'd be like having Dragon Ball with like not Goku as number 1. If you didn't have Goku as number 1 in Dragon Ball, you think like, wait, what?
I feel like you could though.
Do you think if like Dragon Ball did a popularity poll, Goku would be number 1?
I feel like there's got to be some times where Goku wasn't number 1.
Yeah, but like I think that's the thing with Luffy though, is that like he's the main character of the series. If he didn't get number 1, it'd be like, yeah,
especially in One Piece.
Yeah,
like in this series where Luffy, unlike in Dragon Ball, especially in Super, where Goku's done some bonehead moves that even fans don't agree with, Luffy has always been an idiot, but like Luffy has also rarely ever done something that I feel like as a fan I've gone, why did you do that?
Yeah, like it's I mean when you compare him to Goku, like Luffy and Goku are very similar in some ways.
They are, but like, Luffy hasn't gone, hey, let's do a tournament of power, and when all your fighters are gone, that universe is gone.
Yeah. It's like Luffy wants adventure at the end of the day, but Goku's like that's Luffy's main goal. He wants adventure, so he'll do stupid stuff because he wants to go somewhere that's cool. Like he doesn't want to.
But Luffy also isn't endangering people because that's where adventure goes.
Yeah.
Danger finds him.
Yes.
Whereas Goku nowadays has been inviting danger on purpose.
He just does it on like this. He just puts a whole lot of stuff at risk just so he can fight someone.
So I feel like that's why Luffy deservedly would be number 1 all the time. Because in some ways Luffy is a bit more of a, at least morally, Luffy is a more likable character.
I think that's his thing as well. Like with Luffy, like if someone hurts his friends, you know, like he goes from that happy jolly character looking for adventure. He switches to that, you hurt my friends, I'll fuck you up.
I mean, that's most shonen protagonists. Like Goku's much the same, but again, Goku might also have been the reason why his friends got hurt, whereas Luffy probably wasn't.
I feel like that Luffy, like when he gets serious, like when he sees injustice, like Luffy just goes like, "Fuck you." Like I remember, like one bit that stands out to me of Luffy was with the Celestial Dragon. You know where they're in the auction and then the dragon shoots Hachi. And then Luffy just does not give a fuck. He does that slow walk up to that dragon. And then he just lays that punch in. And that punch is so sick. That's like one of the greatest moments in One Piece for me. You can see why Luffy's up there. He's a brilliant protagonist.
It still needs to be said. Don't get me wrong. He's still, shonen protagonist fuck. It's still tropey as fuck.
Oh, yeah. But it's stuff that that Oda's done with Luffy's powers as well, which you can kind of admire. Like he's gone from just doing like Gum Gum pistol and like Gum Gum Gatling gun or whatever to like he's improved. Like Luffy's main things like the Haki, the Gear 4, like all the gears like 2, 3, like they're cool developments in his powers, and like he's got some sick fights as well.
Yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I could easily see it just being like Gear 4 is the pinnacle, because Gear 4 has got like different forms as well. He's got the Gorilla Man and he's got Snake Man and whatever. Like he could probably just keep developing different versions of Gear 4.
Yeah,
which
for sure.
Honestly I think is a better idea than being like, right, Gear 5.
Yeah, it kind of comes like if they do any more gears, I feel like it kind of becomes like a Bleach situation where it's just power up on power up and it gets confusing. and like some bits
Well,
get forgotten.
I feel like then it becomes, and I'm criticizing my favorite series, but you should always do that, guys.
Yeah.
Don't just blindly follow. It becomes a Dragon Ball. Like,
Mm.
do you know what I mean? Like, Kaioken, Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, if you want to count that.
Yeah. Then there's the fusions. Then there's
the fusions. Then there's God. Then there's Blue. Then there's Ultra Instinct. There's Blue Evolution. There's so many different things that you're just sort of like, I am lost, and it is just muddying the water here.
Yeah.
What is, and honestly, I think going beyond like a Gear 4 just becomes Super Saiyan Blue, where Super Saiyan Blue was supposed to just be like the Super Saiyan of Super, you know? But it's the fact that like in Super Saiyan Blue, Goku used it to fight all sorts of varying levels of fighters, all the way down to, you know, Krillin, all the way up to Jiren and anyone else. But like, I don't want to see Luffy go the same route where he ends up having one form he uses the most, but you're like, why can this person who clearly doesn't stand against that go head to head and still hold their own?
I think that's the good thing about Luffy as well. Like, I feel like you do see Luffy get beat from time to time. Like when he went up against Kaido the first time, he just got his ass handed to him.
Yeah, he got
but then like he went into the prison and he got training from that guy. I can't remember his name now. It's probably in the list.
Boss.
Bossu. They just call him Bossu. Yeah, he gets like training from him and it's cool. And that's the thing, he's learning how to use Haki a lot more. And I think that's what we're gonna see. Nah, but yeah, Luffy undeniably deserves that top spot. Like,
Yeah.
he's the main character. Like it'd be a bit strange if
Anyone else there would be weird.
Although
sure.
I do know that like some people are really wanting Zoro to get number one. And he came close, to be fair. He's only 200,000 out. It's not the biggest gap we've seen.
No, it's not a big gap, but at the same time, whilst I could see Zoro and at times maybe someone like Ace take the top spot, I still can't imagine anyone but Luffy.
Is there any characters you would have liked to see that weren't in the top 20, Nathan? Like, is there any ones that you'd be like, I think we missed out on that?
There is one actually, and I can see him right now.
Yeah.
He's number 24, but I actually kind of wanted to see Odin a little higher up than 24 as well.
Odin was cool. Yeah.
I know we only saw him in backstory stuff, but he was cool. He was a cool character who had like a solid, like, moral foundation, you know, and he meant the best. I don't know. I think I'd like to have seen more Wano characters a little higher up. But again, that might just be because it's the freshest in my mind because it's the most recent story arc. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I feel like he had a cool backstory though. Like, I'd put Odin higher than Corazon personally.
Yeah. Or again, I can see him right here. Aokiji.
Yeah.
I wish he was a bit higher.
Mihawk's cool. I like him.
Yeah, Mihawk, man.
Like, the strongest
Where is
swordsman. Like he's number 30.
30.
Yeah.
What a disservice.
I tell you what, when you look at this list, there's so many cool ones that didn't make it. I think Smoker's quite cool.
I mean, even Blackbeard, he's 46. I would have put him higher than that.
Oh, but I don't like Blackbeard. Blackbeard's like a villain that I just hate.
Yeah, but take out the fact that he's a villain.
Yeah.
I would have put him higher than that.
I'm gonna say this just because it'd be a disservice if I didn't. I think, like, I understand why he's not that high, but Rob Lucci, like the CP9 or CP0 guy, like he's below like Eneru, and like I feel like he's cooler. I like Lucci. He's like one of my favorite villains in this series. He could have been higher.
I want to throw out my dark horse vote. Buggy the Clown should have been number 1 instead of 34.
Okay, cool. Right, we're in the episode here, guys.
I did say it was Dark Horse.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Buggy is there. Like Buggy's good. He's a consistent character.
Wow. Sorry, I just saw Kinemon. He's at 92.
Yeah, considering the rest of the list, that is like he's at 1 above Zeph. I feel like those
Who's
two.
Zeph?
Zeph is Sanji's mentor.
Oh,
Chef Zeph.
Kinemon is done dirty. He's down in the dumps, in the sticks, man. What the shit?
Hold on a sec. There's so when you look, the Kung Fu Dugong did better than Kinemon, you know.
There are a bunch of names here. I don't even know who these people are.
Oh
Okay,
man.
I also want to mention, right, that a bunch of human characters or actual characters have lost out to both of the Straw Hat boats. Thousand Sunny is 63 and Going Merry is 32. Whilst I understand, right, because of the chapters and the episodes where Going Merry, like, how to spirit, thanks for taking me. I would not count boats as a character.
They're part of the crew, Nathan. They're part of the crew.
I get that, but I don't count boats as a character. Kinemon has been doing stuff, right? And he lost to the 1000 Sunny, which, as far as I know, hasn't bloody spoken to him once. Kaido has lost to the 1000 Sunny. Kinemon, I wouldn't even put that high, but Denjiro or Kyoshiro, you know, one of the other samurais who like hidden himself as a Yakuza leader, like a gang leader, to work from the inside. He was really cool, right? He's 83. 1000 Sunny is 20 places higher than that. What is wrong with some of you people?
Oh, that's funny. Right, what a note to end on for this episode.
Yeah, no, I'm done. Bye.
Right. Oh, I think is he actually gone, Nathan? Yep, I feel like he's gone. Cool. Okay, well, thank you for listening today, guys. Let us know who you think deserve to be in the top 20, all that stuff. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you next time where Nathan will come back, probably a little less salty. Right, bye.